Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, hopefully I don't have the same issues with a bunch of lag. I was trying to get Brandon Coin here into the Skype chat. It's turned into an interesting day. I slept like the largest portion of this day away. Did not expect to be doing a live stream. It's not letting anything work. That's wild. I'm telling you, my stream, the last stream that I had, it literally crashed out. Crashed out big time. So I'm interested to see if this stream will actually go the way it's supposed to. But Brandon, over here, we talk about phone farming. We talk about mining Bitcoin, and I mean just anything and everything that relates to making money online. I mean, you already know that though. But my streams, they're fairly interesting. How many ASICs are those in the background? ASICs? Where do you see an ASIC miner? In the background over there, that's my thermal tank open case for basically a PC that I was building. Still building it. But also, here, I'll let you check it out. I've got like 2 Titan XPs, boxes for Titan XPs. Yep, I can call you. All right, man. So I'll let you pretty much take over the stream, man. I'm just happy to have you here in the stream.
Is it working now?
Yeah, you know, Skype is going to be kind of laggy. That's kind of like a given with Skype, but as long as the stream is like healthy, we have a healthy stream, then it should be okay.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Well, what is up, guys? A lot of you, I guess, just jumped over from the other channel, so nice to see y'all. And it's kind of weird because I'm watching myself, but there's a huge delay. I didn't realize how much delay is built into the YouTube live. But Ecashsociety is a really good friend of mine. He got me into looking at a little bit of phone farming because he also does some Bitcoin, some mining and other stuff like that. But I'll actually let him just fire away some questions. And if anybody has any questions in the live chat, because that's kind of what I was doing on my channel, just kind of like an open talk back and forth. We'll just we'll chime in back and forth and try to help fill y'all in.
All right, so the one question that I have, like, you were talking about the new ASIC miner that released, and I did a video about that, and you said that it's going to affect the crypto night algorithm. So I think that's a heavy-duty discussion in itself. Like, what do you think is going to happen with as far as like mining Monero? You think
yeah, absolutely. Like all the Vega cards, everybody that jumped on and bought up all the Vega 56 and 64 cards, like that was their bread and butter, was the kryptonite algorithm. So I have heard, like I've been looking into it, and there's a little bit of talk on what was it, Electronium, that they're gonna fork and not be they're gonna be ASIC proof. So they're kind of banking on a lot of the GPU miners jumping over and starting to mine on the I guess Electronium is their only option.
What algorithm is Electronium on? Is it kryptonite?
I believe Electronium is a kryptonite algorithm. Well, it started out that way. I think they've forked off and changed. I have a friend that's really big into it, and he was telling me that like the Vegas and stuff are like really good for it. So I assumed it was similar because he said they had to just fork to keep themselves safe from the new ASICs coming out.
I literally had to create an additional account. I tried setting up an additional email with a new account to be able to mine some Electronium, and I'm still having issues getting my account set up. So I finally emailed their support system, and hopefully they'll get back in touch with me because I'd like to get a review of Yeah, the mobile miner Electronium right here on my channel. So that's been a hassle, but
Yeah, it actually looks like somebody just commented down below the anti-venom kryptonite. It was kryptonite, but now it's its own algorithm for electronium. And I think electronium's under a huge stress on their system with the amount of people that are jumping onto it right now. So getting signed up may be an issue for a lot of people coming up here soon. G9 Third Gaming, you're mobile mining right now. I have the electronium mobile mining, or just basically running right now also.
I would definitely like to see them fix that. They should not have it blocked to where you have to enter that verification code. I feel like tons of people would be signed up and mining Electronium right now if it was not for that verification code. Like I would have at least a good 6-7 devices on that mobile miner trying to make a really decent bit of money out of it. But so hopefully it's something that they get fixed. That's if not, then hopefully they at least have a decent enough support system to where they can get back in touch with people. So
yeah, I think right now they're just having a. I've noticed, because it actually shows how many active miners are on the mobile miner app, and it went up the other day, and it actually peaked back down, and it was at 65,000 active miners, and now it's at 61,000. So I don't know if they're their system's dropping people off, but I noticed my miner will get kicked off, and I'll have to restart it.
wow. Well, I know this.
Yeah, anti-venom.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. Anti-venom had some stuff right there, but I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about this.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, so what I was going to say to Brandon Coin here, he talks a lot about Bitcoin, guys. I know you guys have never seen him in my stream, but he just did a review of the Electronium miner, and I feel like this is a way for him to possibly branch out into talking about some applications and making some money with smartphone applications. Yeah, I've got some time here as well, so Cash Magnet been good lately. It's been paying me. Also, you guys have helped me out to have a lot of decent referrals for Cash Magnet as well. Also, if anyone has branched over from Brandon Coin's channel, we talk a lot about phone farming. So I don't know if any of you guys that are branching over here have heard much about phone farming, but there's an entire world right now that people they don't really know a lot about as far as making money online. And it's very, one thing I stress on my channel is it's very, very similar to making money with Bitcoin and mining. You've got your phones, they consume electricity, very small amounts in comparison to mining Bitcoin, but here we go, we got Brandon back here, so.
Yeah, sorry about that. The dog had to let it outside, had to take a quick bathroom break. Everything's good now.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this is the health of the stream is pretty good, and Skype is working pretty well too. So, but I was saying that with the fact that you did that review of Electronium on your channel, it's kind of like it's a doorway for you to possibly branch out. And I know you talk a lot about cryptocurrencies, but it's also a doorway for you to possibly branch out into other applications that are used for farming.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And like right now, I just have a couple phones, but I've started on with the U apps, like the UTV and stuff like that, because if they're going to be running, they might as well be making as much as possible, alongside of the Electronium miner.
So what's your experience so far with like UTV and U Rewards, and which ones have you tried out?
Well, I've been using UTV on 2 devices, and then I have U Lotto on 1. And somebody's asking, affordable, profitable? No, the phones don't get hot at all because they're not technically mining, and then the other software just plays advertisements, from what I understand, and it does they don't stress the phones out or anything like that. But I've noticed the UTV will run for anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, and then it kicks off, and then I'll have to start the application back up. But roughly that's I go to sleep at 12, I'll wake up at 6, so if I just kind of check it, before I go to work, when I get home, that kind of thing, I don't end up with too much missed time. And it seems to be fairly profitable. On my first day, each phone did 40 to 50 cents a piece. Well, U bucks a piece.
Yeah, that's a good application. Like all the people that come to my channel, man, and my streams, they know all about Ulotto and UTV, but most people, they run around like 10 to 15 devices for the U apps, and they might do like 15 on Ulotto and then 15 on U rewards, and they'll average anywhere between 50 to 75, 80 bucks a month, towards 100 bucks a month off of 30 devices. So 20 to 30 devices. It's a good application, and if think about it, if you took that, you could get a power supply. I paid for so much of my mining equipment to be able to mine Bitcoin with just foam farming. It paid for this case back here. It paid for a 1,000-watt EVGA power supply that I picked up. So you can take those earnings and then reinvest them either in Bitcoin or hardware. So.
Oh, absolutely. I'm hoping I can get the my phones up to somewhere in like the 20 device range, just to basically offset some of my electricity costs for my mining. Because right now, the amount at the current state of my garden, I don't want to call it a farm, it's not that big yet, but it ends up costing me about an extra $100 a month. So I think that's very doable with maybe 15 to 20 phones, even with some lost time in between.
I know that people pay their electricity bills. They cover. I mean, if they pick up things on Amazon, because you get the free Amazon gift card, so you'll get like any sort of household cleaning supplies that you possibly need throughout the month free. And either which way it goes, it's like that money comes back. So it's free money. Just it's the same scenario of mining cryptocurrencies, except you're not getting a token or Bitcoin. So
yeah, absolutely. The passive is the biggest thing. So I noticed these applications seem to be like almost fully passive, and I don't know if they're crashing on my phones. That's one thing I wanted to ask you about. Do your UTV applications run 24/7, or do you have to open them, or sometimes they'll hang up and just get like a loading screen, and it'll be loading for like, I noticed one time I was like watching it and it was just loading for 30 minutes and it never brought up an application, or never brought up a advertisement.
Oh, that's a really good question. The older your phone is, and that's been my experience. I used to have like all these Alcatel One Touch Pixie Glitzes that were running on Ulotto apps. They would crash on the older phones. Any phones with Android 4.4, and it just depends. Like some phones are better for it and some phones aren't. You can even have a really decent phone that for some reason it just doesn't want to work with that phone. So it's kind of hit and miss, and that's where like picking up random phones, as long as they're fairly decent phones, you're bound to have a good experience, because then you can repurpose your applications. A lot of people have said that with the U apps, if you have a black screen, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are not earning. So in some cases it means that the application is fully crashed, and in some cases it means that it's still earning, but it's just a bug that Ulotto has that keeps your screen black. So it's one of those things you can sit there and test and see if you're still accumulating points. Test one device if it's black, and then of course if you're not earning points, that's whenever you would know within a certain interval you would have to sit there and restart the application. So, but it's one of the more passive applications, and there's only so many. So
yeah, that's what I was looking at, like the Perk TV and stuff like that. That's not exactly passive enough for me to stick with some of those. So I don't want to get way over the device limit for the U apps. So that's why I'm not going to go jump into like 50, 60 plus devices, at least not right now. I don't have the time for it.
Okay, so there's actually an unlimited devices amount for U applications. That's one of the things that they boast. So,
okay.
Yeah, so it's unlimited devices with their app. But at the same time, you don't really want to cross over a certain threshold. This is what I've heard anyways. And that's because once you have so many devices, you will start to earn less. That's just what I've heard. A lot of people that put out information, as far as like, we're not always correct. So we make our mistakes as well. And these applications are always changing too. So
yeah. I for some reason I thought that the applications were limited to like 10 devices per app, but GTA Killer actually asked what we were talking about, and what we're talking about is a little bit of phone mining / farming. We were originally talking about the Electronium miner on the phones, which you can run that in the background, and then you can run an advertisement farmer in the front end, and so you can earn kind of like essentially like dual mining, but not really on your phones.
It is in a sense. GTA Killer, if you check out some of my videos, you will see how we talk about applications. Some of them are passive and some of them are not so passive. The good ones are passive though, and you just cash out for either PayPal Cash, which you can invest into Bitcoin, whatever you really want to invest it into, or you can cash out for free Amazon gift cards. So there's people, like I said, I just think, granted, there's like a whole world that a lot of people, they have no idea, because Bitcoin is hogging the spotlight right now. Like mining Bitcoin, that is like the craze right now, and they have no idea that this world of phone farming is here. So, but you were saying I mine here in my home too. I have a pretty decent mining setup. So, but I cover all ways to make money online. So.
Definitely. I mean, that's the name of the game. Everybody that's here, they're not here to throw money away. They're all here to make money.
Yeah.
So that's what's brought everybody together. Whether you're mining it, you're farming it,
I can't wait to see where you're
anything.
at here in like the next 6-7 months with like phone farming. I definitely want to hear like as far as like what your profits are. That's one question I'm going to ask you so many months from now once you build up a small phone farm. Especially if you can find the phones cheaply. If you can find them at like 10, 15 bucks, you're going to make your money back fast. Like, people talk about the return of investment for picking up this hardware to mine Bitcoin. I've seen returns of investments for phones within less than 3 months. You know, picking up so many phones and then being able to make like $30 within a month off of those phones, and I've only picked up 6-7 phones. The return of investment for this stuff can be so much quicker than what it is, if you really know what you're doing and you follow the applications, the good ones.
Yeah, I think that's the trick. It hasn't been exploited or blown up into the mainstream as much as mining, at least right now. And hopefully it doesn't get exploited and blown up like mining does, because if it does, then I don't think the applications will be able to keep up with it. I did do a test run payout once I hit 100 U-Bucks just to see how the system works. And I was a little disappointed with how long it takes to get a PayPal payout. But I do understand it. You know, you're essentially, you know, they have to generate the money. They have to get it all ready to go. So I think it told me it was going to be 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, a lot
to
of
get a payout.
A lot of websites. B-Boy Tech, he knows it. I know he knows it when we were just on it last night. But a lot of websites have like an instant payout option. So there is that scenario. But then you're right. A lot of websites and applications that phone farmers use, they will take up to a week, or even longer than that sometimes, to even receive a payout. And then you have to meet like a dollar amount. You know, it's kind of like, it's the same way with mining at the same time too, though, because if you have to make it to $4 worth of Bitcoin on one website, and you're, you know, like a mobile, what is it, a web miner, it's very similar in that aspect as well. So, but I feel like
Out on Bail actually had a good question. If you wanted to answer that, because you'll be able to answer it a whole lot better than me.
So what's the incentive for them paying you money if you're not providing them any income? You are providing them income. So these advertising companies, and guys, I actually have one of these advertising companies. Their platform is on my website, Ecashsociety.com. So there's different companies like AdSend Media, Offer Toro, Video Lab, Video Loyalty. All of these Peanut Labs is another one. They put these advertisements in front of people, and their idea is if a person sees this advertisement, they may either share that information with another person, or they may pick up that product. So other companies basically invest in these advertising companies. They get paid. And in my scenario, having this on my website, if someone watches the advertisements on my website, I make money, you make money, and the advertising company itself will make a portion of money. So basically, I get paid less than anybody. The advertising company gets paid really the most, and then you guys get paid more than what I would get paid. So I hope that answers that pretty well. So
that hits the nail on the head almost exactly. I think I have the live chat open on my screen, but I am still lagging behind. So all I have is just audio right now. so I can't even see the chat anymore. My internet is not doing so great, and
Well,
I don't know why. Let's see. There we
I see you
go.
just fine. So like, I've seen you lag out just a little bit here and there, but it must be completely different on your end, and we just can't see what's going on over there. So.
Yeah, what I looked at it, and I just did another speed test, and I'm getting 3 down, but I'm getting 10 up, which makes no sense. That's like almost my full.
Sense.
Yeah, well, that's almost my full upload speed because I'm supposed to get 12 up, but 250 down. So I'm gonna have to check and make sure nobody's like piggybacking off my system and like downloading some huge crazy files. I have let my.
You could always hop onto your router settings and switch your channel. That's one. I'm sure you probably knew that, but I would switch my channel really quickly and see if you can get into a freed up channel.
Yeah, I was going to, but I'll wait until after we're done.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll see some more people enter the stream here. I'm not sure what we're at. Let me check really quick. And I'll probably hang out here. I usually do a stream for right around like 50 minutes to an hour. We got 50 people in the stream. That's not too bad. I know you probably had, what, like 100 some odd people in your stream? So people were just like going from one stream to another.
Yeah. Andrea had some questions. Any help? No, none. I didn't see her question on the chat, though, earlier. So I don't know if you can scroll back up and catch it.
You probably missed a lot, man. I got a little excited. I got Brandon Coyne into the stream, so.
Well, we've been trying to get it set up together. It's just never a good time. You just got to make it happen sometimes.
Yeah. From my experience, whenever I plan out a stream, that's whenever it goes disastrous. But whenever I just let it happen, kind of like this is just instantaneous. It turns into something pretty interesting. So, I mean, there's so many different things that we could talk about in the stream. Especially with these two worlds kind of colliding here. She said, so fellow tech heads, I'm not that technical. My son wants to be able to mod on Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, as an Xbox 360, what should I do? He wants this ability for his birthday. I guess she wants to build like a custom gaming PC. You could look into basically all of the parts that are required to building a computer right now. And you would probably not like what you see whenever it comes to like graphics cards, but all you would really need is a decent GTX 1060 or 1070, probably a 1070 to be able to run Grand Theft Auto 5 and run it pretty decently. Of course, the better graphics card you have, the better off you are. So a 1080 Ti would be pretty fantastic for being able to, but they're so expensive right now. So, phone farming and Bitcoin.
Yeah. Colin, yeah, I'll log in. I have 2 separate routers at my house, and I'm actually running one router for all my personal stuff, and then I have one router for my mining stuff. So I'll log into that and change all that later. I'll talk to you off stream.
You're welcome, Andrea. So, as far as like any hardware that you've recently picked up, like have you picked up any new hardware in the last couple of weeks, or?
Actually, I bought another graphics card yesterday, and if you can go over to Newegg, they still have them in stock. They're the Sapphire Pulse RX 560 4 gig models, and they were like $150. And those cards, people are pulling about 15 mega hash on Ethereum out of those cards with a BIOS mod and a little overclock.
Okay, so what would you see in US dollars at mining rates on 15 mega hashes right now?
In US dollars at the current rate, which Ethereum is by far, it's not in the toilet, it's underneath the toilet. 15 mega hashes is about 60 to 65 cents a day on what to mine. So not including electricity, of course.
So if mining goes back up here within the next so many months, and we see the price of Bitcoin go back up like it's supposed to, and it's down low right now, that's for sure. But if it went back up, basically it should double It should be like $1.10 to $1.20, something like that on one of those cards for. So right around $1 for what, 150 bucks that's not bad at all. So that's
Yeah,
lining
yeah.
right back up. So that would actually be fantastic for 150 bucks. So that's actually a good deal.
Yeah, no, that's for the speed, and also I don't think it's going to be a easily phased out series of cards. I don't think Nvidia's new 20 series of cards are going to be Ethereum killers because they're just not. Their previous architecture wasn't set up to be, and their pricing also can't compete with the AMD cards for the speed you get out of them. Also, George, Steph, Brandon, when are you getting GTX 1070? When I can find one at a decent deal. All the 1070s I find right now actually are more than I paid for my 1080s, and I refuse to pay more for a 1070 than I did for my 1080s because I got my 1080s for $639, which was over MSRP, but now 1070s are going in like the $699 plus range. Brandon Coin, have you used our Ecashsociety website? And if so, what do you think of it? I have not got to use it yet. I was actually looking at it, using it coming up here soon, and maybe doing like a review on it. But I was waiting till it was 100% ready.
I actually have a couple of questions for you in the stream as well, man. I feel like these are important questions that I could ask you because I know that you have the knowledge here. One, I wanted to show you, of course, I got like the Titan XP box, so I thought you might find that pretty interesting. But the one thing I don't understand is like, yeah, I know mining profitability is down, but I expected a lot more out of the Titan XPs, man. Like, let me come over here to NiceHash. And one thing I really would like to know, as we get into NiceHash really quick, as far as like how it displays what you're currently using to mine, I don't really understand why it. Like one moment it will show my miners, and then one moment it will not show them like properly. I feel like it's. I don't know if it's a bug that's in NiceHash, but maybe you'll be able to explain this a little better to me to where I can understand what's going on here. Because I feel like, I mean, there's got to be somebody that's wondering the same thing that's in my shoes. And then we'll hop back over to the chat here. Alright, so my workers. If you see 4 active, why would it tell me 4 active, but currently I have the 2 Titan XPs that I have, a GTX 1080 Ti, and then I also have. So this does not make any sense. It's got to be bugged out. I've got my 2 1060s as well. Let's hop back over to the chat real quick.
I was just like commenting back on some stuff in the chat.
Sure.
Sierra Rhino, I thought NiceHash was dead. Weren't they hacked? They did get hacked, but then they brought their service back up, and they've actually been paying people back to hack money. I lost 0.03 Bitcoin to the hack, and they have paid me back a full 20%. I believe they've actually paid everybody back 20% so far, and they're working on getting there. So you can't brag on them too much. They're doing the right thing.
I lost a fair amount during the hack as well. Right around, they still owe me like $80.
Like $80, yeah.
So is that just a bug for NiceHash or what?
What, the payback
No, your
situation?
workers. No.
Oh, the workers. You were talking about that. So you have how many workers and how many cards?
Right now I have a total of 5 different cards, but it only shows 4 workers.
Maybe 2.
There's no way that can be correct.
I must have how many cards?
Right now I have a total of 5 different. Some audio issues there.
I think I lost you.
Yeah, we did. We dropped for like 2
seconds
there. Yeah, your audio's back, but your video is a bit frozen.
Hello?
We are here.
Hello?
Let me call you right back. Yeah, he's definitely having some technical difficulties at the moment, guys. We're gonna get him back though. because I know you guys definitely had a ton of questions for him. Sky. We'll just come back over here for a second. I wanted to get a few questions, excuse me. I wanted to have a few questions answered from Brandon Coin over here because I know he definitely knows some stuff whenever it comes to cryptocurrencies and mining. Here we go. What a stream, man. There you go. Yeah, we're good.
No? Maybe?
That's good. You have audio.
Hello?
All right, hold on. So everybody hears you in the stream.
Hello? Can you hear me? I can't hear anything. Let me close. I'll close Skype out and then open it back up.
No, I would just leave.
We can hear him. Yes. I just can't hear anything back. We can we can hear you. I can't hear anything though. Hold on, I have to close Skype out real quick, guys. Sorry.
Next time, can you hear us now?
All right.
You have audio?
What about now?
Do you have audio?
What in the world?
That's all right, man. It's totally okay.
I'm not getting any audio.
See, next time.
All right, I did. Okay, so if y'all can hear me, I did figure out why my internet's going out. There's a huge storm heading our way, and it's like thundering and lightning outside. So I think the internet's going out because I can't hear anything. All my download speed is gone. I only have upload, which is the weirdest thing ever. So actually, hold on.
Hey, Crypto Legend, how do I add him to the YouTube channel?
We can hear both of you. Yeah. Going out because I can't hear anything. All my download speed is gone. I only have upload. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna restart this whole computer and bring it back online.
We'll still be here.
If you want to do that.
Yeah, I've got a couple of things I'd like to talk to my audience about.
All right. Yeah, starting now. Restarting. I don't know if y'all are going to be here or not, but I'm restarting. I got an SSD. It'll be real fast. Real fast.
We're going to stick around for a while. So, like I said, I do my streams right around like an hour long. So, Ecash, do you subject for a Gen 1 Kindle Fire, Android 2.3.4, no current apps work? If I had to tell you what to do, Sierra Rhino, you can check out some of the websites that you can use to do some mining with. So use a web miner. There's a few different websites. I actually have a video of a guy that he's using his PlayStation 4 to mine some Bitcoin with his PlayStation 4. I could not find anything to work on the PlayStation 4 as far as being able to mine some cryptocurrencies, but somehow he was able to find a website that actually worked. I believe that is one of my Phone Farmers Unite videos. I think Phone Farmers Unite 12. So, yeah, I think you told me that previously. I don't know if it was in group or in another message. You said that CoinPot was not working with it. You can just, basically, you could look up websites like CoinPot and try out one as you go. Just keep going with it and trying to find one. As far as like those Kindles, like it really takes an Android operating system to do a lot of phone farming. So cell phone signal is good. Do you just want to, Brandon? Do you just want to get into like Facebook Messenger or something like that, or? Cash, my sources say you have talked to Jen Barber, but yes, I have. I talked to her via email. I took a screenshot of what she said specifically about rewardable TV and it being down to 1 device limit, but I don't know what's going on with them, man. If one person showed me a screenshot that said that they were at like a back to 7 devices, or yeah, I did. I spoke to Rewardable TV about that application very specifically. So, all right, we'll give it a shot, Brandon. Do I do any day trading? Not so much day trading. I don't have enough money in Bitcoin. I feel like it would take thousands of dollars to be successful in day trading. So.
All right.
EarnCrypto.com is a good one, Ignacio GM. That's actually a really decent website. And my website is very similar in the fact that you can run Engage Me TV to come up with Bitcoin. A lot of people don't know about these websites like that. But EarnCrypto is definitely a good one.
Well, I have audio now. I have everything.
All right, awesome. The storm, man, it kind of messed things up for you pretty bad.
Yeah, well, I didn't even know it was storming until my girlfriend, like, was kind of saying something from the other room, and I guess all our internet's messing up. It's not just my computer.
Yeah.
Which that stinks. If it knocks out internet, then, everything in my little mining cave ain't making no money. The phones ain't making no money, but oh well. It is what it is.
I know exactly what that feels like, and then you have to go and make sure that everything is running the way it's supposed to, so it becomes this giant clusterfuck, It's just a crazy scenario of trying to make sure everything is working the way it's supposed to. Can you imagine 80 different cell phones going off the internet and then having to restart all of your cell phone applications?
I don't want to have to imagine worrying about that. I think it's hard enough just like maintaining 3 rigs upstairs and then 1 down here.
Yeah.
And it's on Simple Miner, so it's by far like probably the easiest thing to maintain.
Yeah, it's definitely rough.
Well, I don't know what you talked about while I was restarting, but I am actually interested because I've watched some of your old videos, but I don't know if I'm 100% up to date on all the crypto gear that you're running currently.
Oh yeah, man, I just got these Titan XPs. I figured they would be a lot more profitable than what they are right now, so that's kind of a bummer for me. I mean, I explained some of this stuff to you. Basically, if I got the 1080s or some 1070s, and then the halving happens, and then the difficulty gets twice as difficult here because we're all fighting for more Bitcoin, I was just like, well, I might as well try to have nicer graphics cards. And so far, I've compared the profitability of the 1080 Ti and compared that with the Titan XP, and it's not much different. I mean, there's maybe about $1 to a few dollars worth of difference, but also I could stand to have some better power supplies. That's one thing. So I feel like if I had some better power supplies, I'd be pushing these cars just a little harder, and then I'd have the ability to successfully and safely overclock them. And if they were overclocked, they should be killing. Like 2 Titan XPs overclocked. So how did I get started with smartphone farming, Mr. Ecash? I saw this channel around like 3.5 years ago, and most people that got their start in phone farming from YouTube got their start from this guy. His channel is called the Tech Slugs. So if you go and check out the Tech Slugs, he's been doing this for like 3 to 4 years. And I reviewed his information and started checking out the applications that he was using, and just kind of spiraled from there. I picked up some phones, and I was like, well, I feel like I could help some people with some really decent information that wasn't covered on his channel. So I started my channel, but I started it with the thought in mind of covering not only just phone farming, but covering as many ways to make money online as I possibly could. So here I am today, trying to build something bigger, which is part of the reason that I contacted Brandon Coin here, because I would like to see us all collaborate a little bit more here on the YouTube space whenever it comes to making money online. Brandon Coin over here, he's growing his channel pretty much at a pretty exponential rate here, and I feel like I'm doing pretty decently here. So I'd like to have like a team going here. So if we had Brandon Quinn here, and then we had another guy or a few other guys that are all talking about the same thing here, we all stand a chance of, I guess, building something that's a little bigger. Kind of like if you ever watch Unbox Therapy and Linus Tech Tips and Marquise Brown. All those guys, they all are friends. So that's the way to really go about all of this stuff. We should be friends. We can share more information this way. We can get better information out to people this way. I can learn from Brandon here. Brandon here can learn from me. You guys can all learn from us. So join the crypto network.
Yeah, Tech Slugs. I actually started watching a little bit of his stuff today. I ran across some of his videos. They're definitely a lot of them are older, but I can see where he was probably one of the first to get into it on YouTube.
Yeah, he's still pretty much the top here, and his channel has actually declined a little bit. Like we haven't heard much from him. I believe he's in college right now, so his time is pretty much taken up by college. But I'm actually trying to collaborate with him. I would like to see us possibly do a stream in the future. Tech Slugs is pretty interesting. So, but at the same time, I feel like I don't know. I feel like he could be a little more involved with us. So. But he's busy right now, so I'll give him that. He's busy in college. But I'd like to get a stream going with him. And there's a few other people. I'm actually collaborating with another guy. He has like a fairly large mining setup. So.
Is it? Yeah.
Very true. If that's actually very true, Crypto Fry. If he did do a stream, he would get tons of attention. So. I just feel like he's one of those guys that it's not really of any consequence to him. So, just doesn't really. I don't know if maybe this is where he sees himself in the future. So, like on YouTube at 100,000 subscribers, it may not be for him. So, it is for me though.
Yeah, I definitely want to grow my YouTube following. I really enjoy it. I have a couple channels, but that. Can y'all hear the background, like rain noise? Do I need to turn my mic down?
Not so much.
Okay, as long as you can't hear that, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I do see the lightning, though.
Oh, you can see the lightning?
Yeah, it's like came through
Hold
the
on.
window.
Let me move my curtain.
Brandon Coyne is in like cat heaven over there. He's got tons of cats. Which I'm actually.
I only have 2 cats, man.
I love cats, man. So it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like I grew up, we had cats.
Yeah, I have 2 cats, and they're definitely crypto cats because they're always around the mining stuff.
Crypto kitties.
Yeah, they're crypto kitties. Can you see both of them from here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cats are cool, man.
Definitely.
It's like a stress relief.
Yeah, and actually we have one dog too. It's like a boxer, and they get along really well. So surprisingly, Hype Gamer Network.
We're all good, man. It's been an interesting stream.
Yeah, everybody's good. Is anybody on the in here on the East Coast and getting hit with some like crazy random storms out of nowhere that they didn't even predict? It was supposed to be like 10% chance of rain, and it is pouring outside.
I'm like southeast, and we're not seeing much of a storm out here, but it's definitely been windy. And it's also flopped back and forth between cold and kind of warm, so it's kind of warm right now, but...
Yeah. Well, how far south are you? I'm in North Carolina right now.
Right now I'm in Jacksonville, so... Pretty much Jacksonville, Florida.
So actually not too south.
It's like southeast.
Yeah, so this is... Somebody said they're in D.C. and they have nothing, so that's weird. Not static, it's rain. Yes, it is. There's a bunch of rain in the background. And like maybe some lightning if y'all can see it through the window. I just opened up that.
So I remember watching a few of your videos. you were talking about trying to expand right now as much as possible before the halving happens.
Yeah, I still want to expand as much as possible for mining, but the prices are just ridiculous. See, when I first started my channel, I was buying, for example, 1050s for like 110 bucks. So I was buying 1050s like candy. And then I bought some 1060s for like 220 bucks. Those were 1066 gigs, and I thought I was getting a bad deal at 220 bucks. So now, like, I wish I would have bought a lot more of them.
I'm
And
right
I
there
don't
with
want
you.
Yeah, so I feel bad buying like cards $50 and $100 over what I've already bought previous cards for. So if I can't find them for a good deal and snag them like here and there, I really don't want to buy them, especially with new graphics cards right around the corner.
Do I think buying a $10 phone on TrackPhone is that good to run applications? It can be. It depends on the application. So if you just got to test out your apps, I would say yes. You need to buy at least a good set. If you're trying to build a decent sized phone farm, buy at least seven $10 phones. You will find an application for them. Look, there's a phone that's called the ZTE Majesty Pro, and I believe that phone is at Walmart for right at like 20 bucks. Or no, that's at Best Buy. It's at Best Buy for around 20 bucks. That's a really decent phone for phone farming. Also, the LG Optimus Zone 3, that's a really decent phone for farming. $20 is a good standard amount to spend on a phone, but you can pick up some of those $10 phones. They will give you some profit. You'll find an application for them. There's always an application for them. So, but the newer phones, they just run these applications more smoothly. So.
Definitely, I have a couple of the cheap phones coming in. I'm excited to see how they're going to do, because so far the phones that I've been using, they're not exactly cheap. Well, they're not what I would want to buy if I plan on building a big phone farm. Because the LG Tributes, I've seen them gone on sale. I was looking in past; they've gone on sale for like 50 bucks. But I feel like $50 is way too much for a phone to just farm on.
Question for me is, what version of Android do you have on the phones that are along the way? Are they like the $10 phones, like our guy up here was asking, or still there? Yes.
Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you, but can you hear me?
It just broke up there a second ago. If you could repeat it.
Okay. I was like, oh no, he's gone again. I was asking basically what version of Android are along the way on your phones. What are you about to have as far as Android? Version of Android?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the phones that I'm currently running, it looks like one's 5.1, and then I have some that are on the 6 point, because I have a Note 5, that's like 6 point something. But after listening to you, I want to try to stay away from 4.4, because a lot of the apps seem to not like it. And also the Electroneum miner does not support, it says it requires 5.1 and above.
How about
but I did notice that, and I want to run, I do want to run the Electroneum on everything I can.
That makes me think, man, I really believe like we're going to see a transition of where these applications, a lot of them will not be compatible with that 4.4. So Android 5.1 is basically, it's a safe zone. So you can still find these cheap phones. Like I was saying, the ZTE Majesty Pro, that's really cheap, and it has about 4.4. So they're out there. You just have to sift through everything to find those deals. But I was going to say earlier, I wish that I had my knowledge that I have now for mining cryptocurrencies back, a couple of years ago, because I would not have invested in this gaming laptop. I would have taken all of my student loans, and I would have started investing in those cheap graphics cards, like what you were saying earlier, man. The 1060s, I would have built up, so probably I'd have like 3 different 1060 rigs right now. Oh my God! And I probably have like around like one or two, between 1 and 2 1080 Ti rigs, somewhere around that. But I'd have a heck of a mining setup right now if I have the knowledge then, especially with me getting those student loans and oh man.
Yeah, that's like, hindsight is 2020. Everything's clear when you can look back on it. No Life 2692 had an awesome question. And you know what? I'd like to actually know this too. So if you see his, do you see that on your screen? Is it a good idea to use your personal phone for any kind of money making?
Yes.
I wouldn't imagine it is, but have you used your own personal in that way?
Yes, there's a few different applications that you want to keep on your personal phone, as a matter of fact. One of them, I'll tell you the one that I frequently use on my main phone, because I'll get a message here and there about it, and it's not like it pays a lot, but your surveys. Now, so you've got your passive applications and then you have surveys. Now, let's say if you don't want to do surveys at all whatsoever, this is definitely not for you. But in the case that you are laying in bed, you've already managed all of your stuff all throughout the day, you've got everything set up to where it's earning, and then you're laying in your bed and you're just looking at your phone and you would like to still make some more money, you have Citizen Me, which is an application that pays you in 50 to 10 cent increments, and that'll be periodically throughout the day. And Survey Honey is a good application. I'm not a giant fan of surveys, but if you were going to do anything on your main phone, I like to call it your personal phone. If you were going to do anything, it would be survey applications. There's only so many decent ones. Or you could look at like Cricket, some of the game applications that pay you to play games, pay to download games, and just let something go passive throughout the night on your phone. When everything is all said and done, turn it on. Why not? You're going to make some money, so turn it on and let it sit there and charge.
Definitely. So
as good as it gets.
As good as it gets. Yeah, the surveys. I'm probably not going to get it that far into the surveys unless I run into some more free time. Console mining. Wait, you can do console mining, like PlayStation?
Well, the
Xbox 360.
Yeah, I did a video.
Oh, somebody was asking. Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one yet. Does it actually make enough to keep it running, or not really?
Nah, it's not so great. It's more like one of those things. It's humorous that you can do it. It's interesting that you can do it, but you're not going to make a large amount of profit from doing it. So, yeah, like
okay.
This website coinpod.co. You can run that on an Xbox One. I've heard that you can run it on the 360. I feel like that's one that you can run on the 360. It doesn't work on the PlayStation 4. This guy up here says he uses Cine.cc for mining with PS3 and PS4. So there's ways to go about it, but as far as like your monthly profit from that is like something like $4 or $5 a month if you're lucky.
Oh wow, yeah, and to potentially burn up your Xbox One.
Yeah,
that's not worth it.
I guess it would pave the way for you to pick up the Xbox One X, you know? Like if you had the One S or the One, you're just like, it's time to switch anyways, but it's not.
But
it says he cashes out $1 daily on console. RC Vision, what are you mining with? Because $30 a month is not terrible. In fact, the rule of thumb is if you can find one application that you can make $30 a month with, I can't see how you would make it to $1 daily on the Xbox with the fact that mining profitability is so low. So that's like
yeah, $1 a day on Xbox. That's good. That's like a 1060.
Yeah. I mean, technically, 1060 at better mining prices. Like, is that what you pull on a 1060 a day? Right now, one 1060 for you makes $1.
I can go back to it and just check on what to mine. But I'm mining just straight Ethereum with my 1060s, and I'm getting right at 21.5 mega hash. Okay, not including power, of course. Let's see.
Are you using Awesome Miner?
I'm using Simple Miner. Okay, at 1060 right now because Ethereum's so low because I'm doing Ethereum, not Equihash. Sorry. It's 90 cents a day. So it was $1 a day yesterday
God, I wish that
on a
the
10.
profits really need to go back up. And like,
Yeah, the profitability is hard.
what's your thoughts on like cryptocurrencies? We're below 8K right now. What's your thoughts on that?
Well,
It's
when
low,
I
man.
started mining, Bitcoin was like 3,500. So the 8,000 still feels pretty high, or 7,000, even 5,000 still feels pretty high. It's just the profitability is not there, and the difficulty on the algos is still through the roof. I'm hoping if the profitability stays down, I don't have a problem with that, as long as the difficulty goes back down. Because I want to be getting the coin, and I want to get as much coin as I can, because I plan on being a long-term holder. I think it's going to come back. I know it's going to come back. Um, I hate that the difficulties stay way high and a lot of people stay on the market,
Do you think we're headed?
And they're just.
Yeah, I was gonna say that specifically. Do you think that we'll head down to 3,500? What do you think of mobile mining for electronic? Let me get his answer right here on this one topic. Do you think we'll go down to 3,500, or do you think we're gonna go back up?
I think we're gonna probably dip and hang around 5,000. Just it seems like a pretty
3,500
level area. I imagine there's.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I imagine there's
How could it?
so many people out there that have been invested way over, and then they just can't afford to get out. So then they end up basically essentially like staking the coin unintentionally. But with all this big dump from the what is it, the Mount Gox attorneys and stuff or whatever they're doing, it's probably going to tank the market for the next couple months because they've just been slowly selling off. Well, not slowly, but slowly for the amount of Bitcoin.
I can't see there ever being another opportunity for us to buy Bitcoin that cheaply, ever. That's just my thoughts. But he said, "What do you think of mobile mining for electronic?" I'm gonna give it that. I'm gonna give it the A+ Ecashsociety seal of approval, big time. I feel like that coin is going to go up in value. I feel like people should be giving it a shot, mining with Electroneum Mobile Miner. I'm trying to get it set up. I'm frustrated I can't because it's one thing that I would be doing right now to its full potential. So, especially like it does not even affect your CPU. You could do it in the background and you could still make money. To me, that's amazing. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
I'm like Sierra Rhino too. I think we are. We're close. This should be close to the bottom. If we're not, I think like you're saying, $5,000 that would have to be the bottom. There's no way. And then we're gonna go up from there. Just keep going
up. There's no way to tell though, and that's all these people do these technical analysis, and I used to watch them all, and they'd be like, oh, Bitcoin's going this way and that way, and drawing all kinds of circles and stuff. Nobody knows what the market's doing. It seems like the market, everything's tied to Bitcoin because people are like, oh, you need to buy this coin or that coin. It's going to do this and that. And you know what? If it's going down, everything's going down with it. Bitcoin is the school bus, and everybody's along for the ride. So right now they're crashing. Everybody's flying around inside the bus. Maybe they'll get back on the road and start trucking again. But until that happens, it is what it is.
Yeah, I stay away a little bit from the technical analysis side of things. I was looking into something last night that was talking about a death cross. I was like, the death cross, and the bulls and the bears, and it gets really complicated to even wrap your mind around some of those terms, which they came from the stock market. So all these people that are trying to turn this into something that it is like the stock market in a sense. I totally understand that, but I just feel like this is it's like the new age stock market for us, for younger people. It's an opportunity for us to learn about something. And
it is. It definitely is. It's the Wild West still too, though. And the biggest thing that kills me is all these people investing money and getting burned in all these ICOs, and then letting that reflect on their opinion of crypto as a whole, which it's definitely not. It's just people falling for the too good to be true scenario.
Yep, that does happen, and I feel like I came in at the wrong time. Like me purchasing Bitcoin, I bought some. It wasn't whenever Bitcoin was at its full peak at 20K. but I bought in right at around 20K. I think it was like 16, 17K that I bought in. So you can imagine how my money has depleted. It's gone down exponentially from how much I invested. As far as pools for mining electronium, I know that there's various websites that allow you to create a pool. So I'm not sure though. I have not researched into a pool. I know there's quite a few Ethereum pools. You can create your own pool and get your team to invest in a pool. That's something I don't think I will take part in the creation of a pool. Not myself. I might.
Yeah, I'll leave the pools to other people. There's
Yeah.
so too much room for error and
Yes.
problems.
Yep. And then like I feel like if the head of a pool was to rob somebody, I just seen you an invite with Hangouts.
Yeah, I saw. I watched Son of Attack a lot, and he's been having some problems with. I guess one of his Pearl pools got hacked. Did you see that?
Yeah. I didn't see that, but I know that there's things like that that are currently going on with the Bulls. So I'm just like, no, not for me. Not right. At least not right now. If we saw in the future, because mining is going to be here for a tech out guy. If you added me on Google Hangouts, I don't usually use Google Hangouts. If you want to add me on Skype, um, you can actually talk to me on Facebook, man. I have a Facebook page that's called Ecashsociety. You can send me a direct message there, and then we can set up a way to Skype if you ever wanted to collaborate. I'm always looking for people to collaborate with. So that's I Tech You Out guy. But yeah, like I can't see myself investing into any sort of a pool with the fact that somebody could just run off with my money and just not right now, anyways. If it gets some stability behind it, and during like the course of the history of mining, if we see some companies that are just like they pop up and they're like 100% legitimate, and it's not going to be like one of those things like a lending platform that is just going to end up getting shut down because they're paying people so much money and then scamming people out of money. I'm all in. I'm all in.
Yeah, I had a question for you directly. Kind of talking about like the different websites to make money with. You talk about your website and it's like gonna make people money. I've done nothing more than just skim the surface and like look at it roughly. But how is it designed in a very very basic dumbed down version?
Okay, so the basic dumbed down version. Actually, I could come over here and let you guys check out the website really quickly. Um, I did have this slider down. I actually recently added this back, but we do have a chat system. That's one thing on here on ecashsociety.com. We've got our chat system. I'm hoping that once we build up enough traffic to the website, I want people to have a place that they can come and ask all of these. Look, there's like 30 different Bitcoin forums right now, right? We have a
Yeah.
forum. We also have a chat system. A lot of the Bitcoin forums have no way for people to directly communicate. So I want people to be able to directly communicate about Bitcoin. Anytime they're on the website, they can immediately communicate with someone. But I know you were talking about as far as making money. Let me show you here. And we're working on the bugs with this. So it's something that's being fine-tuned. And we're also about to be adding additional offers to the website. But you just come over to the Watch and Earn section. You have options here for videos to sit here and play. And over time, you will see your points will accumulate after you click one of these offers to accumulate these points. The second that you have accumulated enough to be able to redeem, you come over to the redemptions page. And then we actually have one of the better cash out systems for Engage Me TV. There's a lot of these systems, like for example, for cashing out a $25 PayPal card on a lot of websites is, I believe it's like 24,075 or B-Boy Tech. He's in the stream right now. He knows how we are better. He's done the math on that, and he's my admin for the website, so he's my head administrator on the website. And then I have an additional programmer. But you just come here and you redeem. It's as simple as that. Once you've made it to your point threshold, I recommend that people go ahead and earn up to like 500 points on here. But I wanted to have this dollar cash out for the simple fact that I want people to know that when they cash out, they're gonna get paid. So you can cash out as low as $1, and then boom, then you'll have the proof that the website pays you. Then you can continue on to earn. So that's pretty much the basis of my website here. Which I'll tell you this much, man. We didn't want that. Hold on. It was very difficult to set this up. It has been one of the most difficult things I've done setting up this website, but we're going to have some more video offers and other ways that you can earn on the website as well. So another guy was saying he wanted to.
Is it limited?
Is what limited?
Is the website limited as to like
yes,
one user can watch it on just their computer?
All right, so I tell people this in the world of phone farming all the time. You can have more than one internet connection in your home in a lot of cases. Some locations you're not able to. If you had 2 different internet connections in your home, you could take any of these websites and applications, any single one, and you could have 2 accounts. As far as I know, they have no way to detect that you have both of these accounts, and a lot of the rules, the terms and conditions for these companies, they basically say it's per IP. You can have this amount of devices per IP, so or it says per household. So, but at the end of the day, that really means per IP. So VPNs can get you banned. That's one thing.
VPNs can get you banned.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes it's not always the case, but in a lot of cases it can get you banned, and then you can't even use some websites properly with a VPN. But as far as the limits on my website, there is a 3 device limit. You can run 3 devices on the website itself. So if you had 3 laptops, 3, and you would make your maximum amount of earnings there. So, but we want to have more offers on this website because there's so many better options than Engage Me TV as far as earnings go.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did have another question, and it was more leaning towards the phone farming side of things. And have you noticed? Has anybody actually broken down on the U side of things? Like, did they break it down by advertisement? Is it, say, $1 U-buck, for example, for every 10, 20, 30 advertisements? Or has nobody been able to actually correlate the data? Because it seems like it's just so random. Sometimes it'll earn a spurt, and then it'll be like dead.
I actually said this in a previous stream. A lot of people that get into phone farming, they try out these applications for like 2 seconds. They're like, okay, well, I'll try it for like 2 seconds, and then they give up. They're like, I'm not making anything. But they don't stick around for exactly what you just said, which was the spurt of whenever these companies are like, all right, let's slam these people with ads and give them some money. So you stick around for a few days and you see those spurts of income that pop out. And it's completely random. It makes me question how Lotto, it's almost like Engage Me TV is very similar in some ways, because one moment Engage Me TV even on my website, and there's tons of Engage Me TV websites that are out there, but even on my website, it will run smoothly for 1 second, and then the next second it just doesn't work well. And you just have to put your effort into making it to those points in times when it actually works well. So.
Yeah, so is your website now up and going? It's ready to go?
We have had recently an issue with like user registration on the website. So quite a few people are actually able to earn with the website, and then some people are having some issues. But I feel like it's the larger portion is able to successfully earn on the website. But they're getting deterred because they also see that sometimes you don't get these advertisements. I've had 2 successful payments so far, so I'm currently paying people. It's like you just got to give it a shot. It's kind of like with Lotto, But I expect it. I mean, we have a website here that centers around Bitcoin. It has some really decent information for Bitcoin and getting it started in the world of cryptocurrency. So I imagine that over time this website will build up quite a bit, and then we'll make some more improvements. We'll add to the website information. So those are good questions, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy to think that you're helping make a website to basically just help people make money at the end of the day. So you can't be upset with that at all. I'm just intrigued that it's impressive. It's impressive because I don't know anybody personally that's even anywhere close to what you're doing, or everybody thinks I'm crazy with like the Bitcoin mining.
Oh, man,
now the phone farming. I tried to talk to a couple people about it, and they totally write it off before they even give you a chance to talk about it.
Same here. Same here with phone farming. A lot of people, they're just like, no, that's nothing. It's not real. It's not really happening, but it is happening. No, but I really appreciate that, man, because I have put a maximum amount of effort into creating that website, and I've also invested some money into be able to having the website. So it's like, as far as a return of investment goes, it'll be a while before I maybe even see a return of investment off of that website. So, but it's really true, man. I'm helping some people to have an option to make money. Though there's tons of options like that. I'd like to have a Bitcoin cash out eventually, like Earn Crypto. Earn Crypto was one that was mentioned here in the stream, and it's actually, there's Earn Crypto and Earn GG and Earn Honey. Any of the Earn websites of those three are fantastic for Bitcoin and getting your hands on some extra Bitcoin. Like, most people would not even know you can get Bitcoin that way, and 30 to 40 bucks a month in Bitcoin cashing out on these few websites that I just mentioned, or sometimes even more. And in a lot of cases, that's more than what people can mine, and that's without even having to invest in hardware. It's like, come on, guys, you don't get it. There's other options to be able to get Bitcoin out there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially free money. You just got to work for it a little bit. But the have you looked into like doing the Monero mining embedded into a browser and doing it where you have people stay like locked into a page, and however long that page is, they earn like, I guess, points.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I guess that won't work here soon because Monero is going to get hit hard.
I would never do that. There's a lot of reasons that I would never do that. One, because I want my website to be, basically I want Google to look at my website and say, as far as AdSense goes, and having their advertisements on my website, I don't want them to look at my website as something that's unprofessional. You know, I want to stay professional, and if I am to build this up enough, Ecashsociety, I feel like that is a very, very good brand. That name in itself could carry itself so much further. But if I mess around with any sort of a plugin or something that affects a person's computer, and then people say, well, that website just messed up this and did this to me, my image is important to me, for sure. So I just wanted to stay right on point with phone farming, how you can make money with Bitcoin. I'd like to build a team here that can focus on news surrounding Bitcoin. That was my ultimate goal in the beginning, was to have news right there on the website, that whenever a person woke up every single day, they would have cryptocurrency news. They could check out the website, they could make a little money, talk to some other people that are into Bitcoin, and then check out phone farming as well, and bring the two worlds together. Bring them together. Because they need to be brought together, like, in a lot of ways. Think about mobile mining electronia, using applications to make Bitcoin or just various other cryptocurrencies. There's apps that you can use. Phone farming, they're brother and sister, man. They really are, like big time.
Yeah, they definitely do go together. But I am probably going to be ending it. It's by far been a long day for me. I wasn't planning on doing a live stream, and then I got talked into it, and so now it's ended up being a lot longer than I was planning on it. But I really did enjoy it, and we're going to have to do it again.
Oh, for sure.
And sorry to kind of drag you into it, because I don't think you were planning on it either.
Oh no, I wasn't, but at the same time, I'm happy it happened, because I feel like this is a fantastic discussion. I can join your stream sometime. You could introduce me to your audience if they want to learn some ways to make money online. And I mean, it's just cool. Either which way it goes, man, it's good conversation. I enjoy this. It's my life, so talking about money.
Definitely.
Man. Who don't? Talking all about money. So.
And will you stream again? I don't know if they're talking to me or you. I'm gonna try to at least do one every other weekend. But as for Ecash, I guess he can comment on that.
I'd like to do 2 a month. One for phone farming and then one for Bitcoin. Yeah. So basically cover both topics. One is phone farming, the other is Bitcoin. Technically, this would be like this would be my Bitcoin stream for the month. I just had a phone farming stream. So, yep.
Definitely. Well, I need to. I'll be tuning into your phone farming stream because I got a lot to learn on that.
All right. Yeah, we'll be happy to have you. So.
All right. Well, I will see y'all later. I really do appreciate it. Adios.
Yeah. Peace out, Brandon. Hashtag Brandon Army. All right. So that's it as far as that goes, guys. So this guy, he's really cool. He really is, and his information is solid. Yeah, his information is extremely solid whenever it comes to cryptocurrencies and mining cryptocurrencies. So, so I feel like he's going to be at 15, 20,000 subs pretty fast. So, but I'm probably going to end the stream as well. I usually keep it right around an hour. Hey, thanks for joining us, Brandon. I really appreciate it. So. My Facebook page, I'll actually get some of that information out to you guys really quickly. Let's come over to Facebook really quick. Actually, as a matter of fact, what we can do, we're going to come over to my channel really fast, guys, and I'm going to copy some information for you guys. Basically, the link to my website. I have a Facebook group as well. We all just sit around and talk about Bitcoin and phone farming. Let's go here. And let's go down. We just copied into the chat over there. All right. So one of these is a link to my group. One is a link to my website, and one is a link to my Facebook page where anybody, if you want to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me directly there. I've been pretty busy lately with my website, so that is kind of has taken up a lot of my time working on this website. So I have a backlog of messages I need to get to on my Facebook page. I'm actually about to probably get to that tonight and talk to everybody, but I think that's it for me as well. Guys, anybody that's on my channel, definitely check out Brandon Coin. His channel is very, very useful for talking about cryptocurrencies and mining. So if you're trying to get into mining, you get some useful information there. And guys, I will see you in the next stream. Hope you guys have a great St. Patrick's Day.